ready to jam on?
Probably.
Yeah.
You didn't have your camera on at the time, so I didn't check that, but it's probably fine.
You know, Dan, if you ever did like basically were forced to go bald for some reason,
Mhm.
you could probably just easily offset that look by like having like very fabulous earrings and or eyeglasses.
Very
And
fancy.
then, you know, you'd come off very differently.
Yeah, just
I'd
get
come off hipster instead.
yeah, get frames without lenses in them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That would look pretty good, actually, I think.
I mean, depends on the frames. If you get like tiny circular ones, then you just enhance the
Oh
effect.
yeah, no,
But,
don't
like,
do that. You
And
would
they need to be
if you had, like,
yeah,
if you
thick
had, like,
black ones.
nice, colorful, like interestingly shaped ones, you'd probably be all right.
Or that.
Yeah,
I was
that's
thinking
true,
just
that's true.
black square.
Yeah, just gotta lean in somehow to the lean away from the white supremacist image.
And towards
Mhm.
Jack
There's
Packard.
Yes. So where did you go last time? What did you do?
We went to hell
Um,
and
What the
hung out
hell?
with Satan, and he was
we
cool.
learned we opened the door. I think
We did
Yep,
actually
you did
open the door.
You did open the door.
I wasted
you-
a spell on that kind of.
That's right. You have so few.
Yeah, but most of his stuff is cantrips. That's warlock. It's fine.
It's true.
Yeah. But still though.
Butts dildo?
What else you get up to? You've got a cat now.
Yeah.
We don't have a cat. A cat may or may not follow us.
We have a cat. No, the cat has already headed into the tower. We're going after it, I think.
Yeah, the cat walked through the door.
That is the son of the guy whose tower it originally was.
Yes.
He said.
Yes. Do you remember his name?
No.
Cat.
Oh, I don't think he ever said his name. You never asked his name.
Cat.
It's Alexander.
Oh,
Yeah, he
So
did.
he did.
He did say
Uh-huh.
that.
okay. So you did. Oh, you do know his name.
Ben remembered.
Nice
How
job.
did you remember that?
I don't know.
Okay, good
He
though.
pays attention to my story craft.
Hey, I paid attention. I don't remember names. And hey, hey, you put that down.
Don't choke.
He's not going to.
I did joke. All right.
Oh, Dan.
Yes. Hi.
Quick question. I mean, I don't have any right now, but like, if I ever have any like weird, like alternate names for Ring of the Grammarian, should I inform you ahead of time? I mean, obviously, I don't know what the effects would be, but like, do you want me to inform you of names ahead of time so you can prepare stuff, or just want to whip it out on the fly?
Yeah. Let's just see how it goes.
All right.
I think it'll be more organic and interesting that way.
Well, I think so too, but I just still wanted to know your input.
Yeah. Well, thank you for checking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say we just go for it.
Yep.
Unless you'd like me to have something good prepared.
No, it can just be whatever.
Uh-oh.
If it's good by chance, then fine.
Okay.
Do you want to take a ride to
All right. So you have
That one did not
Let's see.
catch Kim off guard, apparently.
no.
Huh?
So you went ahead and you captured the cat. Well, you didn't capture him, but you cornered the cat
Yes.
and you got him to talk. You climbed up on that dude's roof, and then that dude ran away.
Because the cat was talking.
Because the cat was talking. And you chased the cat back down to the tower, and you found out that the cat's name is Alexander, and he is the son of Olodon, the master of the tower. And I forget exactly what you spake of. He told you the whole what? Or no, you heard the backstory from the random passerby.
Mhm.
Who lives in the area, you can assume.
Can you remind us of that backstory? Something about
You
like
don't.
light or something, right?
Oh, you didn't take any notes, Kim?
A
don't-
bridge appeared, and then part of the
Take
tower
notes.
disappeared, and I got the basic idea.
Yeah. So the he said that the guy in the tower would study planar stuff. And let's see. There's a bright flash, and suddenly he could see a clean chunk of bridge, just sort of, to use like, modern day terms, clipping through the wall. Like just jutting out from the tower, clipping through the wall, and just sort of vibrating. And then they were both gone, and there is a clean, perfect hole in the wall where the bridge was. And then there was an extremely loud crack sound that knocked him on his ass. I guess to elaborate on the rest, after that, he never left his tower. No one saw him anyway. There was some weird sounds and glowing normal magic stuff. Then a couple months after the first crack, there was another crack. No one saw anything this time, but they heard an unsettling sound. Do you remember the unsettling sound?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
No.
Okay. The quote was, "A wailing, the saddest damn sound I ever heard, but it kind of changed. I swear it was a man at first, but it sure wasn't by the time it stopped. It's not even like it was animal sounds, it was something else." Then all of it just stopped after that. No more glowing, no more sounds. And it's been years since that. But now all of a sudden there's glowing again. And people are uncomfortable. So that is the tower recap.
It's sour.
And yeah, you guys got in. And the front door puzzle was a pun.
Yes, there's no comma.
There's no comma. Ha ha ha. Okay. And now you will let's see. You're in the doorway and you see the cat going inside. What will you do?
We're gonna go in too, right?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
With friend.
With what?
With our friend.
That's right. I forgot. The other thing is you have negotiated a friend.
I bought a friend.
You bought a friend. Lily is there with you. You bought and brought a friend.
Bought a friend's services.
Yep. So now Lily is there with you. She is, what can I say? She is not particularly bothered by any of this. She's pretty, interested in the talking cat in like a, oh shit, that's a talking cat kind of way. But otherwise, she seems pretty ambivalent to the whole situation here. She's chill. Nothing's really affecting her in particular. That's right. So here's city sounds.
Oh my god.
But you're going inside, so perhaps
Yes.
it's wizard sounds.
Oh. This is wizard sounds.
It's wizard sounds now.
Okay.
Do you have? So you're going inside. Do you want to talk to Alexander at all, or you just want to get the lay of the land?
I'm just following him.
Yeah, I feel like we kind of talked to him a lot already, right? Like he doesn't remember a lot.
He did tell you what he remembered. Do you remember what? Do you remember what he remembers?
I think so. I don't remember him saying anything about where in the building anything was, really. I was expecting we were just going to follow him around.
So he doesn't remember much of anything. He has bits and pieces of his life. He specifically remembers who he is, but he doesn't remember a lot about, the details of his life. And he says that he remembers being in his body, and then he remembers the explosion, and then nothing, and then he was a cat. A little girl was touching him, and he ran away. He ran back to the tower, but it was closed and locked, and he couldn't get inside because he couldn't talk.
All right.
Right? He couldn't say the password.
Mhm.
Okay, so then you wander inside.
Wow.
As you all walk inside the room, the door vanishes behind you,
Oh shit.
and you see a vast room in front of you. It is much, much larger than it should be. It is much, much bigger than the actual, like looking from outside, you know about how big this tower is. You have an idea of what it should look like inside. This is much bigger, much, much bigger now. It's just stone walls all the way around a circular room. And you have about 20 feet or so of stone floor in front of you before it suddenly drops off into nothing. The middle of the room is about 50 feet of hole. It's just a pit. And it's just a black pit. You can't see anything in this pit. And on the other side, it sort of mirrors where you're standing now. It's about a 20-foot ledge and then a stone wall, and there is a door on the other side.
So you're saying that like the diameter of this tower on the inside is like 170 feet? 100 feet?
It would be, what
90.
did I say? Yeah, about, it's 90 feet in diameter, yes.
Wow.
And it doesn't look like that on the outside, right?
Not at all,
No.
no.
Well,
So you just said that you had the depth or no?
Sorry, what'd you say, Ben?
Did you say that you had the depth or no?
That you had the
Hole?
depth?
Depth
no.
of the hole.
The whole, no, it's a black pit. It, from where you're looking, it looks bottomless, but you don't know.
Okay.
Sorry, Martin, go ahead.
we probably should not have come in here.
We were asked to.
As you get your bearings and discuss, suddenly there's sort of like the crackling of an old PA system, and you hear, "If the wizard you wish to see, you must first solve these puzzles 3."
Oh no.
You can see on the opposite ledge there's a gargoyle that sits on the ledge above the door, and his mouth begins to move, and it says, "Dance with me to pay the price. It's no big deal. The music's nice. A twirl, a tap. Why won't you glide? A promise not to hurt your pride." And
Can I cast mage armor on myself?
music starts to play. And you can cast mage armor on yourself. Okay. So, there is music playing from all around you. There's no source of it whatsoever. It's just suddenly music. Like when you were with Lena and suddenly music started playing out of thin air. It's
Right.
the same energy, same idea. This very jaunty music is suddenly playing all around you.
Well, this is a little bit better than what I was expecting, I suppose.
I think when Lena casts mage armor on herself, like she like twirls around as she does it, and then she just like starts dancing.
Okay? How nice. Why don't you roll a performance check, see how well you're dancing. You're dancing extremely well. Do you have a history with dance? Do you frequently dance?
A little bit. I think she enjoys dancing when she hears music.
Okay. Yeah, you're dancing very well.
So, he's completely, he doesn't know what to do. He's like standing there scratching his head, looking around.
Really? Oh, go ahead.
Nephmir attempts to make eye contact with Thott and just kind of shrugs his shoulders, kind of in agreement, just not really sure what to do here.
See, Lily walks over to the pit and sort of gets on her hands and knees and looks down into it. And she's just kind of looking. And Alexander also wanders over to the pit and looks down.
I wouldn't get too close to that.
Lily looks up and says, I mean, how else are we getting across? I mean, there's got to be some sort of ladder or something, right?
I don't think so. That's not really how magical things usually... Actually, you know what? I don't know how magical things work. I have no idea.
Got any better ideas?
No, I don't. But be careful. It doesn't look like there's a bottom.
I don't see one.
I don't think you would, yes. I'm sure it's magic. It's a magic hole in the ground.
Nephmir shrugs and just, doesn't exactly try and copy what Lena's doing, but this just tries to move his arms and legs a little bit.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you start dancing. Where's the music?
It died.
Restart. Oh, there it goes. All right. So you start dancing, and Lena is dancing very, professionally almost. She looks fantastic. It's pretty clear that you're not a dancer, but it's not terrible. You look a little stiff, right? But you're moving. You're moving to the music. Why don't... Let's see.
Oh, can I do something?
Oh, yeah, go for it.
While I'm dancing, I'll go over and if Lily has stood back up, I'll grab her hand and pull her into dance.
Okay. She goes, whoa. And let's see. That's her. She is also just as stiff as all I want to say is Whitmore. What the fuck is
Nephmir.
Yeah, Nephmir. My goodness.
Nephmir.
She's
Whitmere.
Yeah, she's just as stiff as Nephmir is. But she follows you along and she's dancing fine. She starts smiling and she looks like she's having fun. Thott, why don't you give me a perception check?
Okay.
Oh, fantastic. If you are looking around the room while this is happening, you'll start to notice a slight shimmering over the pit. Just like sort of iridescent almost. Like not like a sparkle or anything, but sort of like imagine sort of like what oil looks like on water, that sort of iridescent wavering. Okay. There's a very slight iridescent wavering over the pit.
Okay. He realizes what he has to do. And he doesn't know if he can do it.
He doesn't know if he has the strength to do it.
Honestly, yes. This is trying. for him. He's never done anything like it. Yeah. I don't know. He really doesn't want to.
What do you guys do?
I'm not paying attention. I'm just dancing with Lily.
Okay. Nephmir, you just dancing in place?
Yeah, just as stiffly as ever. Kind of glancing back and forth between Lena and Lily just a little bit. Like, maybe try to incorporate some of the stuff they're doing, but for the most part, just kind of stiffly shifting.
This music's a jam, by the way. I love it.
That's nice, right? All right, Thott, you can give me a performance check. Okay.
Wow, I got lucky.
You did. You're
Starts
doing.
vibing.
Yeah, you start vibing. Like, you know, it's this sort of. It's not your jam, and you know it's not your jam, but you have an idea of what needs to be done, and you try. And maybe it's the music. Maybe it's, you know, everyone else is dancing. Like Lena and Lily look like they're having a great time, and even Nephmir he's jamming out by himself over there, and you start to feel it. The more you move, the more you feel it, and you start dancing, and it's pretty good. You look like you've done it before, even though maybe you haven't.
He definitely has not.
You've never danced before.
Nope.
This is your first dance.
Uh-huh.
All right.
And he's embarrassed.
Yeah, the shimmering, the iridescent shimmering gets a little bit brighter. And Alexander is still standing by the edge, and he looks at all of you dancing, and he kind of starts to bop around. I'm not really sure how to illustrate a cat dancing with words, but he starts to just sort of like hop around. There's no like dance moves or anything like that because he's a cat, but he's just hopping around to the beat of the music, and after a little bit you can hear in your heads this sort of childish laughter of delight as he starts enjoying himself, dancing along with the music and with you guys. So what do you do?
What does the gap look like now?
It's a gap. It's got that shimmering, but it's a gap.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Okay. Well, I don't want to just step onto it.
Okay.
Am I the only one that can see this?
You're the only one who has looked.
Okay.
Because everyone else was dancing before. They're kind of taken up with their dancing.
So,
I'm completely
Ben?
Hmm?
What did you say?
Well, I just said Never's completely preoccupied.
With the dance.
Okay. Sorry, hang on. I need to
You need to get an image in your head of how to dance.
No, I forgot what I was doing.
Oh.
Hang on.
Cat.
I was gonna say I like the cat picture.
Yes.
Good cat. If you'd like to know, that's very much what Alexander looks like. So.
Okay.
Actually, you know.
So, do you think we can just walk over now, or? People? Hello?
Okay. Probably shouldn't stop dancing though.
Wait, we have to dance over it?
Well, if we stop dancing, maybe it'll go away.
Okay.
I'll start like kind of dancing over there, and I'll like carefully like put a foot down on it.
Okay. Yeah. Are you leading Lily over there too?
Yeah.
All right. As you two begin to dance over there, I assume careful not to let up in your dancing movements. You put a foot down on the gap carefully, and you meet resistance.
Great. I'll lead her across then.
Okay.
Oh, wait. We should all go at once. I'm like hurriedly.
Let's go.
Coming in
Sounds
behind
like Lena and Lily are out in the middle of the gap. They are dancing their way across the gap, and every step they take, you can see that iridescent shimmering. As soon as the foot hits it, it brightens extensively. You can see this, rainbow iridescence beneath their feet with every step that they take dancing across the gap.
Oh, okay.
Anyone else going?
Well, yeah. I'm gonna say as soon as they started doing it, I was behind them right away.
Okay.
For fear of
All right.
otherwise falling.
Okay. You take a step on, and you meet resistance. The light isn't as bright as it is with them, but it is there, and you meet the resistance, and you are now dancing across a gap.
I'm terrified.
I'd say that with that, Alexander probably starts bouncing his way over, and he bounces onto the gap, and he meets resistance, and the light shines, and you can hear that childish laughter of delight again, just like bells. It's so lovely. He's enjoying himself so much now. And he starts to hop across the gap, and he turns around and looks at Nephmir and says, "Come on!"
Wow.
Yeah, I kind of start shuffling behind everybody, as well as kind of keeping the same stiff movements, but kind of just swing my feet out to move and do the same thing that I just keep on doing.
Okay, sounds good. And you meet resistance, and your light is by far the dullest light, but it is there. And you meet resistance, and you start to sort of shuffle dance your way across this gap. And given enough time, however much you need to cross the gap, you eventually do reach the other side.
Once everyone's across, I immediately stop.
The light once everyone's across, okay.
Yeah.
The light starts to fade a little bit once you stop dancing. It's still there, but it's dimmer now.
Oh, well, that was horrifying.
Yeah, I just stopped too.
Is the
Lily
music
is. What's that?
stopping? Is the music stopping or?
No, the music's still going.
Okay. I guess
Um,
I'm down.
You'll slow down? Okay. Lily slows down with you and sort of like pants a little bit and says like, I haven't danced like that since my wedding.
Did you have fun?
Wait,
Yeah.
its towers were like that.
Well, I'm glad. That was
You
fun.
guys have a lot of fun. You do a lot of good stuff. You fly, you dance across gaps. This is pretty great.
That's one way to put it.
This is my first time dancing across the gap. My first time dancing like that for a while too.
Well, it was lovely. We'll have to do it again sometime.
Yeah.
Maybe when we leave, we'll have to dance across the gap again.
I really hope we don't have to do that.
Oh come on, it wasn't so bad.
I think I'd rather just drive out that giant hole in the top.
Lily comes over and just sort of like grabs you by the shoulders and shakes you a little bit, Thott, and says, "You just gotta dance that stick out of your ass a little bit."
Ah.
Nephmir just kind of looks over and says, "Is that where Whitmore put it?"
I forget. Oh my god. Does
you
Thott
guys don't have
understand
that
that
mixed
expression, or is that?
What?
Does Thott understand that expression?
You tell me.
I don't know, because I'm not sure if any of the patrons would have used it. It's possible, but I'm not sure.
I mean, you've been out and about for a while yet, too, so it's up to you whether you've heard it.
I don't know. If it was common enough, then I imagine some of the paladins probably would have used it. Well, shit,
Yeah,
the
I'd
war
say
clerics for sure.
Yeah, I'd say it's about as common as it would be for us.
Okay, then he does know.
Okay.
He says
All right.
nothing.
So you are on the other ledge. The music is still playing, but the entrance or the exit to this room is right in front of you.
You said it's a door, right?
Yeah, it's a door.
I'm just gonna open the door slowly.
Okay. You open the door slowly.
What is behind it?
Behind it is another room. It looks very, very similar to this one, but you don't see a gap in the floor.
Hey, real quick before we go into this next room, I want to look up. I want to see how high this tower.
Oh, there is no ceiling.
Wild.
Yeah, I probably should have mentioned that. Sorry about that.
That's right.
Is it just like a black abyss?
Yep, it just like the pit.
Oh my God.
The stone walls go up, and eventually, like, there's no light up there. You can't see.
Oh my god.
Do you enter the next room, or what do you do?
I'm just looking in.
Okay. In the next room, you can see, let's see, a very similar room to the one you're in. Like I said, stone walls, big circular room, probably approximately the same size. You see a similar door on the opposite side of the room, but this one has 3 different colored lights glowing out of 3 separate circles on the door itself. And in the middle of the room, there is a large pedestal with 3 stones resting on it.
They're just stones?
From where you can see, you're pretty far away.
Okay.
You're approximately 45 feet away from the pedestal.
Oh my god. So, should we move on, or are you gonna keep dancing?
I'd love to dance more, but I don't think it would accomplish anything.
Yes, probably best to go into the next room then, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, I go in.
Okay. Unless you say otherwise, you all enter the room. And as you walk into the next room, the door disappears behind you, and the music stops. What do you
Okay.
do?
I guess I walk up to the things.
Okay. So the pedestal, you mean the pedestal in the middle?
Yeah.
All right. So, like I said, there's a big pedestal, big stone pedestal, same stone as the rest of the room. Now that you're in, you can see that the floor is entirely stone, just like the walls. And if you look up, it's just like the last room. It's just extending into nothing. You can't see how high it goes. On the pedestal, there are 3 stones, and they are different colors. There's a red stone, a blue stone, and a yellow stone. Coincidentally, the door on the opposite side of the room that has 3 colors coming from it. The colors are red, blue, and yellow. There is something written on the pedestal, but none of you know what it says.
Is it like in a different language or something?
Yes.
Oh.
I'd say that since you just dealt with it, you would recognize that it's Elvish, the same as on the door outside, yeah.
Friend, I look at the cat.
Oh, yes, sir.
Oh, do you suppose you can read this?
Oh, yeah, of course I can. The cat kind of goes over to it and looks closely at it and says, Ahem. He clears his throat in your head, which is kind of interesting.
Wow.
Upon my head, these 3 stones lay. Touch them and become their prey. For if you wish this door to shift, you must first divine each gift. Huh, it rhymes even in common.
Oh, I suppose that's probably unusual then.
That's pretty interesting, yeah.
Could you read it one more time, please?
Yeah. Upon my head, these 3 stones lay. Touch them and become their prey. For if you wish this door to shift, you must first divine each gift. Oh, The word gift has quotation marks around it. Like Elvish quotation marks.
Yeah, that seems correct. It does say pray after all. We're going to have to fight the stones, apparently.
Well, hold on, we need to divine a gift. Do we need to give it something?
I think it's being satirical. Saying that whatever monsters come out of the stones or whatever happens is a gift to us. It's very funny.
If you want these doors to shift, and
Alexander chimes in. If you wish this door to shift.
If you wish the door to shift, what did they say about divining a gift? We should.
You must first divine each gift.
Divine each gift.
Yeah, I'm just gonna copy and paste this into the chat. There you go.
Oh my god. Yes, I still believe as soon as we touch one of these stones, some manner of creature or magic or whatever will try to kill us, and then we'll fight it, and yes.
What do you do?
Divine mean? I don't understand what divine means in this context.
Does Kim not know?
It means to figure it out, like to find out what each gift is. I really don't think it's a trick. I honestly think that we're just gonna touch the stones and then they're gonna try to kill us and we fight them and then the door will open. After we defeat each one, I don't know.
I mean, we could just try touching one of the stones to start and then see how that goes. So I think we kind of know exactly what's going to happen.
The lights on the door, Dan, are they in any particular order?
Let's say that they are in a triangle shape on the door. Red is on top, then blue on the bottom left, and yellow on the bottom right.
Oh, that doesn't help me. What order are they on the pedestal? And are they in a shape?
Not a shape, they are in a line. Blue, red, yellow. Left to right.
Okay. Oh damn, I don't know.
What is the size and shape of the stones?
The stones, that's a good question. The stones are approximately they're perfect spheres. And they are approximately average human palm size.
Convenient.
Convenient.
I guess if the monsters are the gift, then we need to... Oh no.
Huh?
Do you have any ideas?
I've got a weird feeling that if we touch these stones, maybe we get sucked into them or something.
That could happen.
Like they would consume us like prey.
And then we'd be in their stomachs. I don't know. I'm going to do an Arcana check on the stones.
Okay, sounds good. Cool. You get a real good feeling that they are emanating magic. It is fairly strong, like sort of radiating off of them. And all of them would be... Oh, I have to think about magic types.
Oh no.
Hold on. Hold on, let me get back to you on that. For now, they are emanating magic. You can continue to think while I take a look at this. Let's say they are... What the fuck is this one? What is this name?
Evocation, abjuration, conjuration,
Yeah.
and
I'm gonna say...
the other one?
Boy, I'm gonna actually say they're enchantment.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm gonna say they're enchantment. All three of them are radiating enchantment magic.
Nephmir is going to share that with them. So, fellow travelers, I think these are all different enchantment magic stones.
You start laughing as he says it.
I can't.
Still giddy from the dancing.
He doesn't actually. That was Benjamin who was doing
Okay.
that. He just words poorly.
Okay. Lily says, I don't know what that means.
Yes, I'm not really sure what that is. It's not all magic enchanting. I don't know what magic is.
Alexander chimes in and says, enchantment magic is when either it's the stones either have an enchantment on them, like they have some sort of magic on them, or they might the spell that's on them might enchant something else, like might give some kind of effect to something else. He just kind of like he slinks down and kind of goes, I'm sorry, I've never done this before. I've never had to do this when I came home, so I don't... This is all new.
As it is new to me. Don't worry about that.
I cast Mage Hand, but I don't touch anything with it yet. I just prepare Mage Hand
Okay. You prepare Mage Hand.
in front of me.
What does that look like?
What does that look like?
Semi-transparent white hand.
And
Okay.
You just you're having it float in front of you.
Yeah, and it's a little bit bigger than a normal hand. Like maybe like a little bit bigger than someone's head, someone's face.
Are you doing that?
Yep, that's me.
Oh, okay. Oh.
I can touch it with this without physically touching it, but I don't. If you want to try that first.
Oh. Okay. Sure. Yes.
All right. So I'll walk up a little bit closer so I'm in range, and I will pick up the stone. You said that it's in a triangle.
Yeah. Oh, no, they're in a line on the pedestal.
Oh, they're in a line. Okay. I'll pick up the. You said there's a blue one. I'll pick up the blue one.
Okay. You pick up the blue one with the hand. As the hand touches it, you can see sort of like a small sort of like you being a magic lady, you can sort of see/feel sort of a small what? Not burst. Burst doesn't. It's sort of just like a small outpouring of magic from the stone when your mage hand touches it, but it just sort of dissipates and nothing happens. So you try to pick it up. You do. It comes off of the pedestal, and now your mage hand is holding the stone.
I'll bring it closer to us.
Okay.
Nothing happened.
Nephmir's gonna glance at the door and kind of try and examine the door.
The door on the opposite side.
Yeah. Do I have to roll? Should I roll?
I think not. I've already explained everything about it. It's a stone door, completely flat, and it has 3 sort of insets on it that are glowing red, blue, and yellow.
Oh, could we put the
Are they
ball?
glowing differently at all?
Say it again?
Are they glowing differently at all?
No, the glowing has not changed.
Or wait, is there a spherical inset in like the triangle?
Yeah, can we put the ball
Yes.
in there?
You could try.
We should do that.
I'll make the suggestion to Lena. Lena, do you want to try using that hand to put the ball in the corresponding color triangle
Yeah.
on the door there?
Sure.
Okay, do you do that?
Yep.
I'm gonna walk with her to the door as she does that.
Okay. So you wander across the room, mage handing the stone over to the door, and the mage hand presses it. Which you want to? Which hole do you want to put it in?
The one that corresponds with blue.
All right, the blue one then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just checking. You press it.
Correspondence is a good word.
You press the blue stone into the blue hole, and as it sets into the inset hole, it sort of blocks all of the blue light that's emanating from it, and instead the blue light starts to, instead of coming straight out from the hole, now that the blue light's been blocked, it starts to come out from the stone itself, sort of out from the inset hole, and then stops, sort of branches of blue light going across the stone door.
Oh, like on the surface of it itself?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, across the surface of the door, this blue light sort of tendrils out.
I think she kind of shrugs and says, "This looks good," and then goes over to pick up another one with her mage hand.
Right. As soon as you let go of that stone, it drops out and hits the ground.
Damn it.
That the light tendrils disappear, and it starts to come out from the hole again.
Oh.
3 of
What
us
the
are gonna
fuck?
have to hold this against the door.
We just had a whole bunch of snow slide off our roof.
Oh.
That was
Neat.
very loud and surprising.
Ouch.
Well, I suppose, Elena, would you mind holding that there while we try and figure out what to do with the other 2?
Yeah, sure. I'll put it back in and with my mage hand.
And same thing happens, the light starts to leach out the sides.
Okay, well, I guess I'll have to go pick one up. He walks
Okay.
over and picks up the red one.
Okay. One moment, please. Okay. I've sent you a message on Roll20.
Yeah, I got it.
All right, so Thott walks over and he picks up the red stone. And Nephmir, if you're watching, you can notice that same sort of small burst of magical energy when he touches the stone. Except this time, instead of dissipating, you can see it sort of wrap itself around Thought's hand and sink inside of him. And Thott, when you are holding this stone, you find that, I'm sure just naturally you can tell, it is now stuck to your hand.
Uh-oh. Well,
Okay.
I'm gonna walk over and try to press the red stone into the door. Into the red hole.
Okay. You can walk over and press it into the hole, and the same thing happens. The red light is blocked and begins to leach out the sides, and it stops at some point. It is still stuck to your hand.
Okay.
I guess that leaves me then.
Wow, this is really something.
How do you feel, dude?
Yes, wow. Oh.
Okay.
Boy, I'm sure glad that I put the stone in the door.
Anyone else? Anything going on here?
Whatever. I'll
I
just go
almost
ahead.
wish that I had a magic hand, although I'm glad I don't. I don't like magic.
Yes,
Magic,
you picked
fine.
Yes, magic. Oh, don't like it.
Nephmir
Yes.
just
Oh,
Hold on.
reaches for the yellow stone, just grabs it in his left hand.
Okay. Let's see. You have a message.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I'm just gonna go put this in the inset, whatever it's called, in the door.
Okay. You go set it into the door, and same thing happens. The yellow light is blocked and begins branching out, and then at some point it stops. Now all three of these insets have light branching out. When you look at it, you can see that the light is sort of branching toward the other lights, like, you know, in this triangle fashion, sort of trying to form a triangle shape, but they do not touch. They do not reach the other lights.
that doesn't sound good.
The triangle can't connect.
The triangle is not connecting.
Is it not connecting equally everywhere, or is that one part that's
Everywhere.
everywhere? Okay.
Let me. You guys do your business. I'll try to show you an example.
Thought, do you want to just try
Oh,
pushing on the
wow.
door?
I wish we could figure out how to solve this.
Lily kind of walks over and says, "Are you guys okay?"
Boy, I'm glad we went on this adventure.
I wondered, do you think it would be best if we changed positions of our... if we change positions of our hand.
I don't much care for that ceiling.
Okay.
I mean, what about the ceiling don't you like?
It goes on forever. It's so dark. Dan, how do I send to you only?
/W space Dan.
Okay, there we go.
Lena just kind of looks at Thott strangely, and then turns to Nephmir and says, "You were saying about the position?"
I mean, I don't know.
If only we could figure this out.
Like, let's all just remove them.
Okay. And she'll pull hers out with her mage hand.
I do the same.
All right, you all pull them out, and they come out of the sockets. The light returns, and it emanates from the inset holes.
I put mine in blue.
Yours in blue? Then, which one's Thott holding?
He has the red one.
Okay, then I'll put mine in red.
And then I guess I just put mine in the remaining hole.
Okay. Light is blocked, but it does not emanate. Like it does not branch out, sorry.
That removes his stone.
Take mine out too, then.
What one did Lena put hers into? What color?
Red?
Okay, I put mine back into that one.
And then I put mine in the other one.
So you, sorry, so you just shuffled them? Or are you back in there? Just a different combination?
Well, mine's in the red one again, because that's which colored one I have.
Okay. And where's Lena's?
Oh, I'm following everyone else's lead, so
So you what?
I'm waiting for Nephmir to put his in.
Oh, Nephmir, what did you do?
Let's see, Thott, where is yours?
In the red one.
Let's see.
Yours is yellow and you put it in the blue one, right?
I did.
Yeah.
So I'll just say, for the sake of expedience here, if you try various combinations and whatnot, you will find that the light only branches out from the inset hole when the correct color stone is in it. So red only branches out for red, blue for blue, yellow for yellow.
Okay.
Over time, I'm sure you could try out all those combinations.
Well, I think we definitely have to have our stones in the right colors. There's got to be something else we can do, though. I'm really having a hard time thinking about what we gotta do. We gotta divine the gifts somehow.
Oh, are you speaking in character?
Yes, I'm speaking in character.
Okay. This would be a lot easier if everybody had a voice.
All of us are as amazing as you.
Amazing? I'm not.
Sorry.
I'm
sorry,
literally
Martin.
just doing the
Let
Skyrim
me
orc
just try and
voice.
figure out what is Nephmir's
So
voice.
let me just retcon that then.
Slowly, I
While
guess, in that box like this. So yeah, I'll make that my voice, whatever.
Okay. While Nephmir was talking just then, Thott burst out talking about something.
And I said, hey, remember when that hook horror fell on me? Boy, that was terrible.
Yes?
It most certainly.
Oh, it was so frightening.
Connection between that
I think
and...
Nephmir can't finish his sentences.
Why do you think?
Oh.
I really wish.
I think
you
the
wouldn't.
stone made it so that he can't finish his sentences.
You're being
Lena
very.
doesn't seem to have a curse.
That's because Lena's
I
got
don't
a
think.
mate.
Oh.
Lena,
Now
I'm
I
sorry.
really do wish I had a mage hand. Actually, he doesn't know what that was, so just pretend he said magic
hand.
magic fingers.
All right. Well, here's what we're gonna do. Lena, do you mind
I
if
can't think of things to say.
Lena, do you mind if I grab? Lena, do you mind if I grab that blue stone with my right hand? I don't think it's doing you any good in your mage hand.
Do you want me to grab
Oh,
I mean,
words.
if you
Words.
want, I think it
I
would
have
be.
a sword that makes me whinny like a horse.
We know, dude.
Ah,
I'm just gonna do
I
it.
have an adopted father.
And Nephmir just reaches with his right hand and grabs the blue stone from the mage hand.
Okay. One moment, please.
Lena's so caught off guard by Thott suddenly coming out and saying that. She just lets it happen.
I feel like he's mentioned that his priest was like his surrogate father, basically. But it's hard to remember. I have to
You
go
brought it
back
up.
and watch all the VODs. I'm not doing that.
Sent you a message. You take the blue stone from the mage hand, and the same thing happens. It adheres to your hand.
I do think we ought to be quick
This is
about.
really terrible.
I mean, Thott,
What is it? What's happening? Oh my
Pain.
goodness, why is he doing that?
pain brain.
Oh! He's in-
I can't believe I'm gonna do
He's
this.
in pain. Oh, you're not. Okay.
I'm gonna cast suggestion on Thott.
Okay. So let's see. Can you toss suggestion up on the thing?
Yep.
Wow, that's a
It's a lot of stuff.
lot of words.
So there is no willing participant or anything. Okay, so Martin, do a. Where is the save on here?
It's at the
Wisdom
bottom.
save. Martin, make a wisdom saving throw.
Please fail. Okay.
I might have.
You did.
Lena looks at that just square in the eyes and says, "Calm down."
Let me think about this for a second.
While you think about it, can I go to the bathroom?
Yes. Go to the bathroom. Okay. I'm going to send you a message. There you go.
Huh. Okay.
I'll send you one more thing. Hello? Oh. Okay. Kim is down here getting some water.
For Kim to get back, right?
Yeah. And apparently get some snacks.
Classic.
Just waiting for the
Sorry.
skim.
I'm
You're not gonna
curious,
eat-
Why did you put up the enchantment description?
What's what?
Huh?
Why did you put up the enchantment description?
She just cast that on Thott
Oh, okay.
and told him to calm down. This has become an interesting situation.
Yeah.
I didn't think that doing that would make anything any easier, but I thought it would be kind of fun.
Well, you're not. Have fun. Good luck. Have fun. All right, Kim, you back?
Yep.
All right, go for it. You can see when you cast that spell and tell Thott to calm down, you can see that his body visibly sort of untenses. But to what extent, you don't know.
Mir, what were you saying?
Nephmir feels pain when he speaks.
You know what?
He
No.
he tenses, but he doesn't fences.
What? Wait, what?
Say just then. Like, just out of character, what did you say just then? I heard he fences, but he doesn't fences.
I don't know. I just said like he tenses, but he doesn't fences.
Okay, that's fine. You didn't feel any pain. So throughout all of this, Lily is just watching this all unfold, and she looks extremely concerned and confused, but kind of at a loss for words.
Same.
Alexander will, I guess, at this point chime in and say, "Excuse me, sirs.
Oh, hello.
Am I?
Yes, you're a
Am I
cat.
correct in? Am I correct in?
You used to live here.
Am I correct in
Finding it
assuming
hard
that
to
maybe you're
Figure out what to say.
that maybe you're
Hello.
feeling some kind of effects from the stone?
Stones.
I'm gonna physically cover Thought's mouth.
Okay.
These balls in my hands are really interfering with our plans.
So Thought seems to have lost his self-restraint.
In what way?
He has no filter on his mouth.
I would agree. He just wants to squeak.
He just wants to speak. You said speak?
Squee! I said squeak.
When you see Nephmir speaking, occasionally he when you hear him screaming, his whole body convulses. He staggers. He looks like he is in immense pain
Dan,
every time that he screams. Yes.
if I said what the thing was while she was covering my mouth, did it still work?
If you said what the thing was?
Yeah. If I spoke his curse.
His curse?
Yeah. While I was talking, but her mouth was covering me, so you didn't hear what it was.
Oh, I mean, it would work, but you have to tell me what it is.
Oh yeah,
I couldn't understand what you said.
Okay, yeah, he said he has to rhyme.
Okay. The blue stone falls out of Nephmir's hands.
Oh, that's a relief.
Damn it. That means I was wrong about the other one?
Well, we did divine that one gift. Now, if we could just...
So Thott must say whatever he is thinking.
I mean, I guess, but why is he so muffled now?
Why is he so what? Why is he so what?
He's mumbled because Lena has her hands on his mouth.
Yeah, okay.
That's all.
I don't know. I've got this weird feeling. He needs to interrupt.
Interesting.
I'm gonna say the redstone falls out.
Oh, thank you so much. That was excruciating.
I did not take my hand off of your mouth yet.
Oh, okay.
You still have your hand on his mouth, but you hear a clunk as the red stone falls out of his hand.
Oh, is that a new experience for you, Thott?
I move my hand from his mouth.
Yes, I would not like to feel that again.
I mean, you always could, you know. Just speak up whenever you want to, or even when you don't want to. Maybe we'll learn more about you. Stop being so reserved, you know. I mean,
wow,
it's awfully...
This is really creepy.
It's very in character for you, but, I
don't
mean,
think it is.
We can learn more about you. You can keep things interesting.
So, let's see. Yeah, Nephmir?
Yeah?
I just stand there and look at him for a minute.
You know, you could, look at me. Or you could tell me that one cool time about you and your, foster father?
Does he have to speak as long as no one else is speaking?
Nothing happens.
That's divining, kinda?
What? Can he do that?
You kinda divined that gift. Not quite. Anyway. Have you ever told about the guys about the
What's going
time?
on around here? Anyway, Lily chimes in.
Oh, not much. Just, I got this ball in my hand.
Are you
It's-
okay, though?
He's not okay, and we have to figure out whatever the curse is that's on him. Or he won't be able to drop it.
I mean, this might actually give me a little bit of a physical advantage if I can just...
This is
Whack.
peculiar. Peculiar? Is that the word? Peculiar.
I think peculiar.
Why did you stop talking just then?
I sure did. Peculiar is the word, I think.
I know. He has to talk as long as I'm not talking.
You're close, I think. I don't really know.
Lena, do you have any ideas?
These curses are just curses. But anyway.
He is talking when no one else is, that's for sure. But what else is going on here?
Well, I got this yellow ball in my hand, but I think we've been over that little fact. Oh, let me just try and...
Yes, I know it's because of the ball.
Yeah, I mean...
Oddly relaxed.
Huh?
It's just tiresome is all. I mean, I don't need my left hand for much, but I mean, I'd like to be able to use it for just have the option again.
Wait, do you feel tired now?
I mean, I've been holding my arm up for a little while. I think that's just about it. I should do something just to pass the time.
Is it like someone must... You're not comfortable unless someone is talking?
I mean, I'm never comfortable when somebody's talking, if I gotta be completely honest. But,
That's
yeah, I
fair.
don't know.
Alexander chimes in and says, "So, let's see. The red ball made it so that you were compelled to talk over anybody else. The blue one made it so you were compelled to rhyme. So would the yellow one then compel something else?
Yes.
You have to do something."
But what?
Figure it out yet? Lily, that was some really good elk steak. I hope we can have some more.
Is he compelled to be honest about things?
Thought you have lovely thighs.
Okay, now I know he's lying. I don't suppose he's compelled to make things up.
Nothing happens.
He kind of said that sarcastically. Because of
Well,
the
nothing
thighs
happens
thing.
anyway, though.
I'm just saying. That was the delivery, in case it wasn't.
Okay.
Compelled to
Compelled to bathe. We've been in this tower for too long and I'm getting kind of sweaty.
Yeah, I hear that.
But I really won't be able to bathe. So long as
To be able to bathe.
I mean, if I'm stuck
It
up
seems like you could just bathe anytime you wanted once we left, right?
But we're stuck in here until we can sort this riddle out.
Could you guys
Yeah, but
go?
it seems like he was talking like he couldn't bathe at all.
Could you guys just fetch me a bucket so that I
Fetch
can
you a bucket of what?
water, preferably, or ale? I don't know.
I don't see any buckets around here.
Are you compelled to not talk when someone else is talking?
The ball drops out of his hand.
Oh my god.
Bow, 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 bow.
Nephmir just kind of drops his arm, and just shakes it out.
Okay. So now that the balls have all now that all of the balls have dropped,
Classic.
classic. The door, the lights coming out of the door, they dim a little bit, and you watch them actually branch out slightly, the same way that they were before. They reach about the same distance as they did without the stones inside them.
I guess we'll put him back in.
Wait, no. Let's try to open it first.
I walk up to the door and I try to open it.
You can't even find where it would open. There are no hinges. You don't see any space around the door in any way. It seems to be just part of the wall.
Don't tell me we have to be cursed again just to open it.
I wish this door would shift.
I also wish that.
I'm gonna use my mage hand to put the blue one in the blue slot.
Okay. It goes in the blue slot, and the blue light tendrils arc out even further.
I slowly bring my mage hand away.
It stays in.
Alright, I'll just scoop up the other ones and put them in.
All right, you scoop up those balls and you slide them right in, and all of the light connects to each other and it makes a lovely triangle shape. And the door begins to sort of phase out of existence. And you hear that crackling from around you again, and you hear, "You solved my light puzzle!"
Okay.
I don't know if light puzzle's the appropriate descriptor for that.
I agree. Also, why didn't it say anything the first time?
Maybe the DM forgot.
You're
Please continue.
supposed to pretend that was part of the experience.
Yeah,
It's another riddle. The meta riddle.
it's another riddle. It's another riddle. Don't worry about it.
I kind of wish that there weren't two NPCs that the GM was in command of for that one.
Oh,
Huh?
You certainly did help us out with that. Thank
Oh,
you.
right, because they couldn't like say anything.
It was a hard one to be the last one. Right?
Yeah.
It was a rough one to be the last remaining one, so I wanted to.
Well, if I
You
if I had thought about it more, probably would
Plus,
have realized.
Well,
again, it's not like they're here. It's not like they're both just gonna sit there quietly while you guys work it out either. So
well, but that's kind of fun though, because I don't know, it forced me to, I guess, get character a little bit more, or
Yeah.
just speak more. So
it's true.
good puzzle.
Okay, so here you are. The door is open. What do you do?
Let's go in.
yep.
Yeah, let's go through.
Yeah? Okay. Let's go in. You walk into the next room, and it is, again, a very, very similar room to the one that you were just in. Stone walls, stone floor, walls reach up into nothingness. In the middle of the room, this time, is an extremely noticeable and large statue. There are many people. It's a statue of a group of people or creatures. You can see from the doorway anyway. That's a group of people and creatures. And it's actually so large that it blocks your view of the other side of the room.
Wow. What do the people look like?
Oh, you gotta get a little closer for that.
I'll definitely get closer.
Will I fall in a hole if I get closer?
There's no hole
That I can see.
that you can see.
This is magic.
It's true.
I'm afraid.
I'm just
What
gonna
do you
walk
do?
statues.
She falls in a hole. No, there's no hole.
Okay.
She's fine.
All right, then I
She's
go
fine,
as well.
and she walks to the statues.
I also go to the statues to try and see what it is.
Lily and Alexander follow to the statues, and if you're all inside, the door vanishes. But this time there is no crackling voice. You could go look at the statues, and there's no hint written there anywhere. But you approach the statue, and you see it is all one large statue showing multiple people and one large creature sort of dynamically posed in what seems to be mid-battle. At the bottom in front, there is a gnome holding a large scale, and there's a staff propped up on one side of him. Above and behind him, an old woman floats a foot off of the ground with large butterfly wings extending from her back. Her arm is outstretched, and it looks like it's holding something, but nothing's in it. And she has a soft, knowing smile on her deeply lined face. Behind them, a rocky precipice extends out behind and in front of them, and there's a classically handsome and muscular man standing on the tip, holding a longsword aloft in sort of a very victorious heroic way. And behind all of them, there is a dragon soaring through the air. Its head is raised in triumph, and in its claws is a stocky female dwarf with her warhammer raised high. And that is an awful lot to explain to you. So approximately a year and a half ago, I did my best to draw a picture. And now that is in Discord. Sorry, I changed it from when I wrote it. The dwarf is not in the dragon's claws.
Oh, this is lovely.
Huh.
So that is the statue you see in front of you.
It's pretty big.
Oops, this is the wrong picture.
What?
Isn't it? Yep, this was the wrong picture.
What are you talking about?
I fucked up.
Her hand
I
should
mean,
be
he called it a
out
dragon. It's clearly a wyvern.
there, right?
Ah, you little bastard.
A wyvern has 4 legs, 2 of which are wings. This one has 4 legs and wings. It's a dragon.
Oh, did I fuck it up? Oh, I fucked it up.
Yeah, you fucked it up, bud. I know the difference. I'm a dungeon master.
I'm sleepy. I'm gonna go to bed.
Oh god.
In shame.
So what's a worm then?
A worm is like a long dragon? Maybe? I don't know that much. I just know the difference between those two specifically. So let me just retcon this real quick to fit the picture. She is holding the rod that I mentioned being propped up against the man. She is holding it just like in this picture. And I also fucked up. I wrote this description and then I drew the picture like a month later, and then it's been a year and a half. I have fucked this up very much. The man in the picture here, he should be holding that longsword aloft.
Right.
Heroically, like I said.
That's fine.
Otherwise, it should be pretty good to go.
Okay.
So, that's what you see there.
So the one in the middle is holding a scale?
The gnome in the middle is holding a scale, and it is, well, I'm not going to say anything specific about things.
But so I can see in the picture it looks like he's just holding it
Yes, he's holding it.
in his right hand.
Mhm.
Okay. Is there anything on the 2 scales?
Yes. One side. Actually, I will have you do an investigation check for the whole statue.
No, I'm not very good at
Because this is Dungeons and Dragons.
See, I'm very bad at that.
It's a lot to take in.
I want to check it out too, starting at the lady with the wings.
Okay. Investigate. All right. You are. It's interesting that you chose that because you, as you approach the statue and you're taking it all in, you see this old woman with butterfly wings, and it kind of calls to you. You're not 100% sure why, but you investigate this specific part of the statue, and as you do, I mean, you find it's a bit hard to find anything specific. You can see that the rod that she's holding, it's made of the same stone as the rest of the statue. I'll say that this is a marble statue. It's made of marble, just like the rest of it, but on the end of the staff that she's holding is a real crystal. Nothing else is crystal here. There are a few things that are not marble, but on the woman herself, it's all marble except for that crystal.
Okay.
And you know what? I'm actually going to give you. Can you roll another investigation, Lena?
Yeah.
You get advantage on investigating the lady herself. And I'm glad that it worked out that way because you know this face extremely well. This is the woman you met.
It's not Madame Butterfly, is it? It's not gonna go ada and start killing us?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I was talking about Sekiro.
I forgot. Yeah, so this is the woman that you know, Kim. This is one of the woman who seems to be responsible for one of the most defining moments of your life. But there's one interesting thing beyond that is that this statue is it's definitely her. You know for a fact that this is her. You remember her face perfectly, but because you remember her face so perfectly, you notice that this woman is this representation of her is older somehow than when you met her.
I take off my necklace. It's not on my staff right now. I take off my necklace and I hold it up and I want to compare the gem on her staff to my necklace.
It is the same kind of gem. While you consider that, I will say, Nephmir, you are checking out the swordsman. Unfortunately, you don't recognize this man. You have no reason to recognize this man. But when you are... Where is my information? Here it is. You can see that the sword that he's holding aloft, it is not marble. It is a metal sword, a regular sword. And more than that, it is strangely discolored. Like the blade itself is discolored, like it has carbon scorching on it. If that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Okay. Alexander hops up onto the statue itself and heads directly to the gnome and is staring at him. And you hear a voice in your heads that says, "This is my dad.
Oh,
This is him."
I had wondered if maybe it could be, given that this is his tower. You don't happen to know anything about that scale, do you?
You see his little cat face kind of furrow, and he goes, I do, but I don't. I know it. I know it. I know it, but I don't know it.
Well, don't think too hard. Magic is, it's a tricky thing.
Do you know anything about these other figures in the statue?
And again, you know what? I'll do this. You know what? I'm sorry. Let me retcon this. I'll have him roll properly to see if he knows anything about the scale. He does not. But the same thing stands. Nothing changes there. But you ask him about those people, and he furrows his little cat face, and he says, I know my dad was a hero. He was in a like a hero team. They did something. They did something. But I don't know. I don't remember.
I'm gonna get up and go look at the dwarf.
Okay. It's half your movement speed to stand up,
Okay.
and then you go over and you investigate the dwarf.
Oh, I have to roll that.
You have to roll that.
I'm so bad at it. See?
Even that much. Let's see. I think you can tell, even with just that. Like, it's a dwarf woman. You don't recognize anything about her. You can see, looking at her warhammer, it looks like it is a bit loose in her hand.
Ooh. I'm gonna try to take it.
Okay. Give me a strength. Strength. Yeah, just a straight strength check.
Oh, oops, that
That's
was
a save,
that was a
maybe.
save.
Just click strength itself.
There we go.
Statue.
Okay. Great. Yeah, you get a firm hold of it, and it's a little bit stuck in her hand, but you give it a good wrench, and it pops out. And now you are holding the dwarf's marble warhammer.
Ugh. Well, now I don't know what to do with this. Is there anywhere like in the room? Is there anything else in the room, or is it just this statue?
There's nothing else. I mean, you haven't looked at the door on the other
Right.
side.
Can I go
yet.
look at the door?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I go look at the door.
Before you do that, I'll just explain. Like, it's as the picture that I drew is. It is a very large warhammer.
Uh-huh.
It is probably about your height from top to bottom. It is. That's why you had to roll that strength check, because
Sure.
it is a large stone warhammer. The hammer bit of it, the part that would be metal on a normal warhammer, it is as it is in the picture. It looks like kind of like a meat tenderizer. It has those sort of 9 sort of blunted spikes that come out. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Between what I'm describing and the picture? Okay. Yeah, and it's huge. It is the size of you.
I'm gonna put it down before I go to the door, so I don't have to carry it.
Okay. All right. You put it down, and go check out the door. Stuck between doing D&D and just telling you, because it is. I'll do the same as I've done with all the other doors. You can see a door similar to all the other doors you've seen so far, but this one is covered in thick, thorny vines.
I'm gonna pee on the vines.
Okay.
I'm kidding. I'm not doing that.
Okay.
So it's okay. Thorny vines.
Yeah, you can just barely see through the gaps that there's a door in there, but these vines just sort of erupt out of the wall itself, go straight down in front of the door, and then sink straight down into the floor.
I'm gonna take my sword out and try to cut one.
Okay. Give me an attack roll.
Okay.
That's a Constitution save.
Yeah.
Oh,
didn't know
yeah.
I did
Oh,
that.
you did. Yep.
Mhm.
No winnies. You're all good. Okay. It's pretty easy to hit. They are big, thick vines that are not moving. You swing down with all of your might, and you hit it, and it's just sort of a thunk sound. They are not, they look to be the same material as a vine normally would be. It's not like they're made of something strange. They're made of vine, but it just thunks against it, and it doesn't leave a scratch.
Oh. Huh. Well, I put my sword back.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back over and tell the others that there are vines blocking the door.
How big is
And
the
you do that. What did you say, Kim?
How big is the statue?
The statue is...
Like, are these people like to scale? Is this like
yes,
a one?
the people are to scale. And I believe then the dragon is also to scale.
Okay.
It is... why don't you guys, if you're interested, roll a nature check or a history check, whichever you would like to do. Nature or history check.
Wow. Is that...
Lena knows nothing about dragons, not even a little bit. And I think it's a pretty simple enough concept that both Thott and Nephmir would probably know from their roles that dragons tend to be quite large. You know that dragons tend to be quite large, and that if this one is to scale with these people, it's probably a fairly young dragon. Fairly young.
Huh.
Young for a dragon, anyway.
Can a druid turn into a dragon?
Can a druid? I think maybe... No, I doubt it.
What's the rule on that?
Because a dragon... Is a dragon a beast? I think they're a separate...
Oh, yeah, they're probably not beasts.
Druids can turn into beasts, and I assume that a dragon does not count as a beast.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Nope, it counts as a dragon.
Yep, that's what I thought.
Dragons are in a class called dragon.
Oh, dragon, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So when I look at this picture, I see a square at the bottom of it. Is that also in the statue?
It is.
Okay, I'm gonna pick up that warhammer and like press the face of it into that square.
Okay. As you do that, let me get my notes out and tell you what happens.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Okay.
I don't like this.
No, it's fine. You just skipped some stuff.
Oh.
Let's see. So, you've got the hammer in the slot, and you can feel it sort of click into position.
Oh?
But nothing happens. Just as is.
While he's doing all that, Lena's going to put her necklace into the tip of her staff, like she does sometimes.
Okay.
And she's going to reach up and try to touch her crystal to the crystal at the end of the staff. The lady.
Let me see. Okay. You touch the crystal to the crystal on the staff, and you feel them kind of resonate. And as they resonate, you feel sort of a magic sort of passing back and forth between them. And every time it goes back and forth, it gets a little stronger, and eventually as it re-enters the crystal on the staff, it fires out, and you watch as it passes right in front of the dwarf's face where the hammer once was.
Whoa. That was weird.
He's just going to go back to looking at this lady. She's not looking at any other part of the statue.
Okay. Similarly, Alexander is very much enthralled with the depiction of his father.
Is there
and
anything
Lily,
in the gnome's left hand?
no.
So his right hand is holding the scales and his left hand is nothing.
Yep.
Okay.
Lily just kind of wanders over to Lena and says, you find anything here?
Yeah. Yeah, look, see? This crystal, it looks like mine.
Weird.
Weird.
Yeah, weird. I saw you shoot something,
I touched them.
and that made it shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like dicks.
Magic's wild.
Yeah.
When I try to shoot something, I actually have to shoot it. Magic's pretty cool.
Sometimes.
I patingoed.
Sometimes.
Did I
So,
ever figure out what was on the scales or not?
I believe I was explaining it, and then we moved on very suddenly for some reason.
Did I or did I
Um,
fail? I think I failed to
Oh,
investigate.
you failed.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
okay.
You failed.
Yeah, carry on.
Yeah, that's about it. She just kind of looks at the rest of you and goes, "So, what now?"
Well, I put this here.
I point at the warhammer.
Why'd you do that?
I don't know. It just kind of looked like maybe it should go there. I don't know, but it does. So
What do you do with it now?
I don't know. I mean, I figured it would just stay there. Maybe.
It is.
Right. I don't know.
Okay. Well, you're the adventurer. So
Well, I'm new to this.
Can I look at the scales again and try to figure it out?
sure. You've had a walk around, coming back with fresh eyes.
So what do I do?
Oh, investigate. You can investigate, Anne.
Oh, thank God.
Okay. I mean, you see, it just looks like a couple of weights on one side, and the other side has nothing in it. And as you look closer, you can see that it is a functioning scale.
Okay, I'm gonna press down on the scale until it is equal with the weights.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah. You press down on it, and as you press down on the scale, the holes where you inserted the hammer, that whole section starts to slide out from the statue.
What? Like it's...
Like a circle around those holes just slides out in front of the statue. Still connected, just sort of like a rod of marble extending out.
Okay. Is the hammer still stuck in it, though?
Yes.
Okay, I try to pull that center section out then with the hammer. Since it's all still
Okay.
attached, right?
Why don't you, let's see. You're gonna pull the center section out with the hammer. Why don't you...
Like it started sliding out,
While
so
you're...
I'm gonna...
Yeah. You're gonna grab onto it and keep pulling.
Yeah.
Why don't you give me a perception check while you do?
Okay. What? He's better at that. Come on.
Yeah. You can pull it out. And at some point it stops coming out.
Okay.
Like it sort of it doesn't lock in place. It has give to it. but you're holding it by the hammer, you're pulling it out, and suddenly it's not coming out any further.
I look at Lily and I say, and now I did this.
Well, do something else with it.
Like what?
I don't know. You're the one holding the hammer.
Oh, well, I can't pull it anymore.
Then do something else with it.
Oh, what else would I... Okay, fine. I try to turn it one way, like a lever.
Which way do you turn it?
To the right.
It turns.
What?
It turns. Oh, it starts to turn. I don't know how long you're turning it.
Yeah,
but
he just says that out
starts to
loud as he because he did not think that was gonna happen. He's
Yeah,
like,
you look at Lily and she's just got a grin on her face, like, "Told you, bitch."
How was I supposed to know that was going to happen? All right, I push it as far as it goes, I guess.
Okay. As you turn that to the right, everyone can see that as you turn that whole rod of marble that's extended, the dragon's head starts to shift upward. Just slightly. Before it was kind of looking down, and then it starts to shift upward a little bit as you turn that. And eventually, when you turn it far enough, the hammer locks into position, and the let's see, hold on. The dragon's the dragon part of the statue, the dragon's eyes light up, and suddenly fire erupts in a thin stream from its mouth, and contacts the sword, imbuing it with fire.
Oh!
The fire stops emanating from the dragon's mouth, and the sword falls from the hero's hand, and instead of hitting the ground, it comes to the ground and then sort of bobs in midair, and is now hovering vertically, perpendicularly to the floor.
That's fancy.
And it is on fire. Just the blade. The blade is on fire. I should specify.
Okay.
The hilt is okay. The handle's on fire. Or nope. Let me rephrase that. The hilt is okay. The blade is on fire.
Okay.
I think that's gonna snap Lena's attention, and
Alexander too. When the fire starts, he goes, "Whoa!" He hops off the statue.
she'll at least like start looking around and see like how much progress has been made. And it's kind of like, oh, okay.
Lily comes over and claps you on the back and goes, "Good job!"
I grab the sword.
Okay, you have the sword. It feels like a sword, but it is very hot.
You don't say.
Yeah.
It's kind of on fire.
It's one of those, like, it's sort of like when a sword's on fire. Yeah. It's
Okay.
like when a sword's on fire.
All right.
How, like, the sword itself is on fire and fire's hot. So you tend to, it's hot. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Nephmir is gonna investigate the fire.
Okay. Roll an
Specifically,
investigation
you want to know,
check.
like, what temperature it might be.
Okay. Hard to get a grasp on. Literally, I guess, but
Hey.
yeah, it's I mean, it seems to be just from outward looks, it looks like normal fire. It's not a fancy color or anything like that. It's just fire. It is, I guess you can assume that it is likely magical in nature. But it is, for all intents and purposes, fire.
Okay, what am I supposed to do with this now?
Hey, wait a minute. I go over to the vines and I slash the vines with the flaming sword.
Okay, give me an attack roll.
Should I just do like a long
Just do
sword
the, yeah,
roll?
you can do the, yeah. Do a longsword roll.
Okay.
Okay. How do you intend to cut at the vines?
I was just thinking a horizontal slash.
Okay.
Since
Yeah,
they're vertical, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you slice horizontally across the vines, intending to cut them in twain. And whereas before it was just sort of a hollow thunk, this time it cuts through like a hot knife through butter. Or
It is a hot knife.
through vines. Yes. Yep, they slash straight through. Almost no resistance whatsoever. And the vines immediately pop back into the walls and floors and disappear.
Oh.
The fire fades from the sword, and that's it.
Oh, well. Okay. It looks like we can get through now. Hello? Friends?
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it. Yes, let's proceed.
Oh, should we put this sword back?
We could keep it.
Well, it's not on fire anymore. Is it? It's made of marble, right?
No, it's metal.
Oh, that was.
It's metal.
Okay.
That's what Nephmir investigated. He saw that it was metal and it had like carbon scoring on it,
Oh, right. Okay.
like scorch marks. Perhaps.
That's why I was like.
It's like- If you look really closely at it, you'd see that it is not an effective weapon in any way. It is purely decorative.
I go and put it back
Okay.
in the dude's hand, and then I go up to the door. And is the door open now, or
Nope, but it is just a wooden door behind these vines.
okay? I open it.
Okay. Through the doorway, you can see a living area in what appears to be the first real floor of the tower. There is a thick layer of dust covering everything, but you can see some average living room furniture. There's a couch and a fireplace, bookshelves, tables, things like that.
Are they made of living wood?
They are made of wood.
Oh, it's not living wood.
Not that I know of.
Oh, okay.
Not that you know of.
Oh. Okay. I go into the room.
Okay. Are you all going in?
Yeah.
Anyone there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Blaine will probably be the last one in.
Ben, are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, and you can see when you open up the door and you're looking inside, Alexander gets very excited and sprints inside the door. And actually, give me just a second because I would like to pee. Do any of you need to pee?
No.
All right, give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
1 second.
1 second. I peed.
No, I think he'll need a little bit longer. What's that long thing in front of the shelf?
The what?
That long thing.
A long thing?
Yeah.
Oh, just of like old works in progress. It's a box full of like crafts.
What's the long thing? Looks like a gun.
Dan was making a sword at one point.
Okay. I'm zippering my zipper in front of the microphone, but it's not picking it up.
Turn it up.
Huh?
I could hear that.
Oh. Oh, you know what? It wasn't going into OBS. That's what
Hey.
it was.
What was?
What? What?
What was?
What? What'd you? What?
What was?
Yeah, now I can see it. It's going through Discord, but it's not being picked up by OBS. So you did hear it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yes. What is the cat doing?
The cat just ran through the door. He just seems excited. All right, so you're all wandering in?
Yes.
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 Okay.
Yes.
All right. So for this part, we're kind of taking a quick sort of cinematic view of the situation.
Yes.
You all walk through the doors, and as you do, the magic room behind you disappears, and the room that you saw through the doorway, it also disappears.
Wait, what? What disappears?
The room that was covered in dust that you saw through the doorway.
Oh shit.
The living room furniture and things like that, it all disappears as well. Lena,
Yeah.
you walk through the door and you find yourself in a familiar place. It's a warm home with wood walls, and there to your left is your old bed. Your journal is sticking out from under the mattress, your old hiding place. Your favorite chair is over there by a roaring fire in the fireplace. If you look, sure enough, there are your initials that you carved into the leg. You remember wanting to claim it for yourself and the 2 weeks of late night farm work you got for your trouble. Suddenly there's pounding at the door behind you that breaks you out of your reminiscence. What do?
I'll open the door.
Okay. You open the door and you see your neighbors, people you know from your childhood. They are all there, and they are surrounding your house, and they're all so tall compared to you. They stare down at you in disgust, and a few spit at your feet. Words start to echo from their motionless mouths, and you hear monster and freak. And the door slams in front of you, locking you inside, but the voices still echo throughout the house. Monster! Freak! Another voice joins this swirling soundscape, and you recognize it as your own. I don't need them. I don't need anyone. And the doorbell just rang. Excuse me.
Oh no. Japan. Spooky. Spooky. Oh, he's back.
He is back.
Hello.
Hello.
My beans are here.
Oh my god.
That's good.
My beans are here.
Beans? What kind of beans?
Black beans.
What?
Portuguese black beans that they do not sell in Japan.
Wait, really? They're from Portugal?
Yeah,
Wow. That's weird.
apparently they're from Portugal.
Okay.
All right, sorry. That sucked. Let me take it back a notch. You hear your own voice now that you recognize as what you have said when you were younger. Kim, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. You're saying, I don't need them. I don't need anyone. And then the walls of your house begin to close in on you, and the shadows extending from the walls until the room is nothing but shadows, and eventually you find yourself firmly held in place as the walls press into your body. Thott, you walk through the door, and you find yourself in a similarly familiar place. This is your adopted home. The temple itself, where you spent so much time praying with your mentor. One thing is different, though. At the altar, where you would often see him work, see him speak, he is not there, but instead a longsword stands aloft, burning with a silver flame. And you can hear a very gentle voice calling softly to you from it. What do you do?
I answer it.
What do you say?
Well, I'm presuming it's the flame, and I greet it as such. I ask it what it wants me to do.
You hear the voice saying, "Come."
Of course, I do.
Right? You feel an urge to hold the sword.
I ask it if that's what it wants me to do.
It says nothing.
Hello?
There's no answer.
I kneel down and pray to the flame. Ask it for guidance.
Again, you hear, "Come."
I'm here. What would you ask of me?
It says nothing else. But you still feel this urging from deep in your body to take the sword.
He does, but hesitantly, thinking that he should not.
Okay? As you reach out toward the sword, the moment that your fingers touch it, your vision flashes, and everything changes. Your head is pounding so hard you can practically see the pain with every pulse. Immediately in front of you lies your mentor in a pool of his own blood. You catch sight of your own hands in your peripheral vision, and you see that you hold the sword in your hand. It is no longer wreathed in flame, but splattered with blood. And looking closely at it, you can see your reflection in a non-bloodied spot on the steel. You see yourself, largely the same, but there's a fresh wound where your left eye once was. And deep in the recesses of your mind, but much, much closer than you're used to, you hear a deep, contented chuckle.
He knows
Nephmir.
who it is.
Hello.
You step through the doorway, and unlike others who find places or people from their past, you find nothing. Absolutely nothing. It is a pure black void. The door behind you has vanished, but looking ahead, you do see a figure in the distance. What do you do?
I'm going to walk toward the figure.
Okay. You begin to make your way to the figure, but as you do, you can feel your senses dulling more and more with each step. Your vision blurs, your hearing muffles, your balance starts to give, and each step becomes more of a stumble. Finally, you reach the figure, and as you do so, he turns to meet you. You squint through your blurred vision, but it's clear enough for you to tell even now that you are staring into your own face. There is a faint purple glow from the figure's eyes, and it grows in intensity, slowly at first, but quickly becoming beams of severe, bright light. The light bursts forth from the eyes and begins to spin, filling your own vision with various shapes of purple, spinning and crashing into each other only to reform new shapes, turning endlessly in this nightmarish kaleidoscope. Then Lily steps through the doorway and squints her eyes in the sudden bright sunlight. As her eyes adjust, she notices herself surrounded by a small group of people. Some are applauding and some are crying, and all are smiling. There's a voice from behind the others. "Are you coming?" The crowd parts and a well-dressed wood elf stands waiting with a woman in fine cleric's robes. The man is small, slight, blonde, and grinning from ear to ear. Lily knows this time, this place. She knows it's not real and it can't be, but nonetheless she springs forward and slams into the man, lifting him off of his feet and sobbing happily. The cleric clears her throat, smiling and motioning to take their places in front of her. Lily releases the man but keeps a firm hold of his hand. The cleric begins to speak, heartwarming platitudes of love and devotion, but from somewhere behind her, Lily catches soft echoes of "freak," and "I don't need them," and "come," and Thott asking what should be done. She turns to look, but no one is there, not even her friends. She's suddenly assailed by the scent of medicinal herbs and feels the man's hand grow cold. She turns back to find him lying on a cot with robed figures tending to him. And she cries out, "Aaron!" Alexander steps through the doorway and, like many others, finds himself in a warm, happy bedroom. He looks down and he sees his own gnomish child body. And he can barely contain himself. He sprints through the room to his small child-sized bed, only to discover he can't seem to fit into it. His legs hang off the end, connecting uncomfortably with the wooden frame. He stands up in confusion, coming face to face with a mirror. Within it, he sees not himself, but his father. He grabs at his face, watching to his horror as he feels his father's mustache on his face. Looking down, he finds his father's body. He draws back into a dark corner and he sinks slowly to the floor, an adult male's voice coming from his mouth. "No!" The voice shrinks as it continues, his throat constricting slowly until the sound becomes a feline wail. And then his cat ears twitch at a sound. He hears distant, vague echoes of the same, "I don't need anyone." "Freak. What should I do?" "Aaron." He shakes himself onto his feet. "Lena! Thott! Lily! I'm here, I'm right here, can you hear me?" And he reaches out both hands, gnomish adult hands, and he strains to find the source of the voice, straining out in front of him. "Lena?" A small light breaks in the darkness. It's a beam of sunlight coming in through the closed window. And you can hear Alexander's voice echoing from beyond it. What do you do?
Through the closed window, I'm gonna open the window if I can.
Smash it.
Okay. You smash the window or you open the window?
Smash.
What? You smash? All right, you smash the window. You smash the window and you smash it, the window shatters and you can feel the wall sort of bulge outward with your force. What do you do?
see the light?
Say it again?
I still see the light.
Yes. There is no window between you. The wall has bulged outward slightly,
Okay.
and you can hear Alexander's voice.
Is there anything else out the window?
No, it's just pure light.
I'm gonna go out the window.
Okay. You begin to step out the window and reach outside. Roll a wisdom saving throw with advantage. Okay. Thott,
Yes.
as you gaze into your reflection on the sword and you hear this chuckling in your head, you become aware of another sound behind you. You hear voices echoing, Lena and Alexander from somewhere beyond. What do you do?
Hello? I go towards it.
Right? As you turn to search, two thick arms curl around your torso and hold you in place.
Ah! Unhand me!
Give me a wisdom saving throw with advantage.
Oh boy,
Okay.
I got saved there.
Nephmir. The lights in your doppelganger's eyes start to flicker in tune with the voices that you too start to hear.
All right.
In the first movements that you've seen it make, its expression becomes one of concern. The light coming from its eyes takes the shape of sort of a furrowed brow, and it reaches out for your arms. You suddenly become aware of the presence of a different source of light behind you. It's small, but it's intense, and it's piercing through this kaleidoscope reality. What do you do?
I'm going to move my arms away from the figure in front of me.
Okay. Do you just pull your arms back?
I'm going to pull my arms back, and I'm going to just kind of duck to this, like kind of go off to the side, not toward the light, but definitely away from the doppelganger.
Okay. You move off to the side. Why don't you give me a wisdom saving throw? Not with advantage. Okay. And Lily. The robed figures suddenly pick up and begin to carry away the cot with Aaron on it, pulling her hand from his as they rush him away. She lurches forward to take hold of him again, but the robed figures move in front of her, pushing her back. She cries out his name and strains with all her might to break through, but they're like a cement wall in her path. Behind her, she can hear voices, and she would see light peeking through the cracks in the door behind her if she looked, but she continues struggling wildly against the figures. Let me see. Wow. Holy shit.
Damn.
Okay. And just like that, you find each other's hands. And you grasp firmly. Nephmir does not. The result is immediate. You feel as though your body is being yanked along with your outstretched arm and your vision blurs. Suddenly you meet resistance. Let me see. Suddenly you meet resistance. You're caught, and you're staring back at a bloody dwarf that is holding you firmly. This is not the voice that you remember from your past Thott, but something monstrous. And it says, "Human father, dwarven teacher, bestial in nature, you fool no one. Where do you belong? There is but one home for you, and he calls in the depths of your mind when your blood rages. It's a matter of time. What do you
No.
do?
I won't go to him.
He's got the dwarf has his arms around your torso. What do you do?
So who is this dwarf?
It's your mentor.
Okay.
Let go of me.
He doesn't.
I strike at his arms to get them off.
Okay. Why don't you give me just a D20? We'll call that an attack roll.
Okay.
Plus, what is your normal?
Oh,
Where are you?
for what?
Let me see. Just your plus 7. Okay. Okay. You strike out at him, and this strength that you summon up is enough to separate yourself from the arms of your mentor, or your not mentor. And you are suddenly pulled along in the same way that I described before. And everyone is being pulled along and seeing this happen except for Nephmir. And again, there's suddenly resistance. Now all of you see through Lena's eyes. The window is expanded well large enough to fit through easily, but you are being held by the leg halfway through the window. Looking back, Lena, your parents have a firm hand on your ankle, and you hear that monstrous voice that Thott heard, stronger now. You yearn so for connection, but are incapable. Do you think your drapings cover your shame? Your shame is far too great for a paltry fabric. What are you? What do you do?
Boy. I'm going to put my staff on me. Am I holding anything?
What do you want to be holding?
My staff, I think.
Okay. You're
So, yeah.
holding your staff.
Our physical appearance didn't really I'm imagining it didn't really change, right?
Right.
Okay. Yeah. I want to take my staff and kind of just the one that's holding me, whichever one's holding me, or is it both of them?
They're both holding your ankle.
Bash him in the face.
All right, why don't you give me a D20 as well?
Uh-oh.
That'd be a plus 3. Yeah. You're able to hit one of them.
Okay.
You whip out and who do you hit?
They both said at the same time?
Yes, but it was not their voices.
Sure. Father.
Okay. You lash out and you manage to bash your father in the face with this staff, and he loosens his grip just enough for you to kind of yank your ankle out of both of theirs, and you fall through the window. And you start falling and falling and falling, and you're being whipped around again like you were before. And you come to an abrupt and complete halt. And you're all finding yourselves held firmly in the arms of something. It's a nightmarish combination of two. It's the adult gnome that you recognize from the statue, and a gnomish child, and they're contorted together into this grotesque abomination. And you hear Alexander gasp, and it's a small noise coming from the real mouth of your current cat body. And in your heads, you hear his voice, and it's the same as it has been. He says, I know this. I recognize this now. I've been so lost. I'm not me, and it may not be me, but I'm not this. Friends, it does not speak the truth, only your fears. You know yourselves better. Take control. And that monstrous voice returns, more monstrous, less human than it has been so far. And you hear, yes, you were mine. My greatest achievement, but unaware. You have no past. You have no future. A pretender to a life that does not belong to you. Your fears are not your own. Return them. Return them to me. Return my Alexander. And with that, this image just abruptly shatters. Everyone but Nephmir can see the shards literally falling around you. And you find yourselves huddled in a clump together with your friends. Your hands are entangled in the middle of it. Nephmir lies in the fetal position next to you, and he's quivering. You are in the same dusty, stone-walled room that you had seen through the doorway before you walked in, but with one extra feature. There is a vaguely human-sized creature hunched over on all fours, brown chitinous skin over its entire body with one gigantic eye, situated over a nasty mouth full of sharp teeth. It's this figure that you see that leaps from the ceiling and hits the ground running, barreling straight toward Alexander. And I think that's where we'll stop for today.
Oh, damn.
Spooky.
Spooky?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Setsubun is where you, on a specific day in early February, you throw beans out your front door.
Okay.
You throw beans out the front door, and it's supposed to like ward off evil spirits, bad mojo, stuff like that. And you say Oni wa soto, and that means Oni be outside. I had beans delivered to my house today.
You did. We were there when that happened.
Yeah. First time I've ever had beans delivered.
It's true. I've never had beans delivered to my house.
You should change that. You should request bean delivery.
I'm not going to do
Bean
that.
delivery.
Yeah,
I bet if I can get beans delivered, you can get beans delivered.
I bet I could. I
bet
don't
you
need
could
to.
have beans.
I could definitely. Not
I
gonna
bet
do
you
that,
could
though.
just order takeout from a restaurant and get beans too, which is pretty cool.